What's up, everybody? Stacking Surfer here. I've got my new t-shirt again, kind of fun. And I am being joined tonight by this Silver Bandit from Silver City Coins. So you may have seen him before on my channel. I did an interview. It's been a few months now, maybe 2 or 3 months back. And anyway, Nick is not feeling very well today, so she's not going to be able to join us. But hopefully you guys can hear me okay. It is Christmas time. It's family time. My family is doing some last minute shopping and they dragged me to the mall. So I'm actually at the mall here. And if we get a chance, maybe we'll walk around a little bit and check out a few things here for fun. But right now I found a quiet corner and I've got my good headphones on. So hopefully there's not too much background noise. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So Silver Bandit, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Good. How do I sound? Do I sound okay? Are you hearing too much background noise?
No, you sound good to me. You're good. I can hear background noise, but I can hear you clearly.
Okay, good. So guys, sorry, it is what it is today. Sometimes we have to just roll with it. So anyway, we've got Seymour Rivers in the house. Welcome, Seymour. Thank you for coming. And we've also got Amy. Welcome. And we've got Michael Stacking. And we've got Fred Weed. Welcome, guys. I saw most of you, I think, last night, which is great. So anyway, today we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple of concepts and ideas around collecting. One of the things I'm in the process of wanting to do and do a little bit more of is typeset collecting with US coins. So when I was a kid, I used to have books, and I used to go through sets and try to find all the coins in that set. And my hope was that, I'd be able to complete it. And I have no idea where those books have gone. I know I filled out a lot of them. I know I've even filled some out with my son. And anyway, I don't know where they've gone. But this next year, 2024, is a year that I'm looking to start doing more of that. And so this is kind of a launching conversation of that. And I know Silver Bandit actually has a fair amount of experience with US coins. And so I thought he'd be a good person to bring on to help us talk about that a little bit too. But that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we do that, I also brought with me some of the coins that Silver Bandit sent, which was really nice of him to do. I have not opened it up and looked at it. I've cut it, but I've got a package here. So I wanted to go through some of that and maybe see if you, Silver Bandit, would be able to help me understand what you sent and share some of that with the audience. Would that work for you, Silver Bandit?
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds great. Okay, so we're just getting started, guys. Hit that thumbs up. It'll let people know we're out here. I know a lot of people are probably going to be starting Christmas break already, but let's take a look and see what we got in here. So first off, that was really cool of him to send a little package afterwards. Oh, we got stickers in here, guys. Just a second, they fell on the floor. There we go. All right, so here's the first thing that came in here, guys. We've got a Silver City coin sticker. I think that one looks really good. I like that design. It reminds me kind of Rocket Raccoon from the Marvel series. So we got that guy.
The designer face parrot and logos knocked that one out.
Yeah, I like that one. Then we also have Silver City Coins, Nashville, Tennessee. So I don't know how many of you guys have been to Nashville. I did have a chance of going to Nashville in the spring. Great city. I could not believe that there were that many bands there playing. It was great. All right, we got this one too. That's pretty cool. You guys haven't seen these. So Amy says she's going to start with the Ike book with proofs because she usually stacks silver and bullion. I think that's a great idea. Hambone, welcome. We got 3 or 4 more stickers I'm going to show you guys too. So here's another fun one. So you guys, if you have channels, and even if you decide you're not going to do a whole lot of YouTubing, I think it's kind of fun to create some stickers. Create a little bit of a brand for yourself is fun. So I actually had my logo created well before, like a year and a half before I decided to actually create a channel. There's another one. These are great stickers. These are big stickers. I've kind of thought of that. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. I couldn't hit the mute fast enough on that. Sorry. And then we've got this one that's pretty fun. And then we've got one last one. So this came in that package. All right. My son discovered cologne and he's been wearing it and it is killing me. That is not something I normally do. All right, so we've got some other stuff in this red package here I wanted to show you guys. A couple of things are kind of loose here. All right, where did I put my glasses? I need my glasses for part of this. Thank you, Hambone. All right. So, okay, this will help Surfer see a little better. All right, I've got a 1905. I'm guessing this is a nickel. So you're going to have to correct me on that one, Silver Bandit, but right here. Is this a nickel or a dime?
That is. It's a barber nickel.
So this is a barber nickel. And look at the back of it. Looks pretty fun. So that's awesome. That's the first one I have of this.
It would help if I remembered what I sent you. I'm over here squinting. I had to put my glasses on. That's a Liberty head nickel. Before somebody
okay, Liberty head
me.
nickel,
yes.
1905. So that's awesome. I don't have one of those. Ooh, we got some copper in here too, which is fun.
You think he's a puppy.
So we got a super tiny sticker. Here's another one that's kind of fun, guys. Like that. And then, okay, so also we got a bunch of other stickers in here too. We'll do that in a minute. And then I've got a 2013. I think is that Thomas Jefferson nickel?
Yes, that's a proof nickel. See how shiny it is?
Nickel. Look at that. Look how shiny that is. We could spy on people with this around the corner. That's kind of fun. And here's the back of it for you guys. Check that out. Look at that. That's pretty fun. All right. And then let's see. We've got another one of these Liberty head nickels. This one is, I want to say it's 1898, as well as I can see with my glasses on. So that one's pretty cool too. So I thought I'd share that with you guys as well. So Michael asks, which barber nickel has no 5-cent mark on it? That I do not know. Anthony Givens, welcome to the live stream. Okay, then we have this is a Mercury dime, but it's like, it looks like it's gold plated or something, but you're going to have to tell me about this coin.
Yeah, so to be completely honest with you, I have no idea where that came from. I thought it was cool, so I passed it along to you. It was in one of my drawers.
It's really worth $10,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this one, I'd have to get my loop out, but it looks like it says I want to say 1936 on it. It does not have, well, the reeded edges are very subtle to it. So to me, it looks like a replica. It looks like it's a perfect shape. I'm going to have to check this one out. This one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a look at that. And then in here, we also had some other fun coins. So there's some fun copper coins. I should say rounds, guys. U.S. does not mint these large copper coins as actual currency. let's see, that's kind of like the Kennedy on the back. And then this was Peace Talks 2018 with the South Korean president and President Trump. And this one is, I want to say this is the early $1 Indian head design, if I remember correctly. That's on this one. So this might be a replica of the $1 Indian design head that's usually, I want to say it's like about the size of a tenth of an ounce of gold. At least the ones I've seen at the shows. And then we've got a Titanic round, guys. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Ping test the dime. Yeah, I don't have another thing to ping test, and I didn't bring my ping tester with me. I probably should have. I almost brought my Sigma, but then I thought.
So it is a real dime. It's a real mercury dime. I think somebody just had a little fun with it and just kind of colored it, make it look gold.
That's what he's hoping, guys.
It has been tested, yes.
So that's pretty darn cool. All right, we got one last one in here, and then we have a few more stickers, and then we're going to get on with the show here, guys. So check this out. How many of you have one of these? Look at that. I don't even have my own coin yet. So this one is 1 ounce, 3/9 fine silver. And it's a custom metal art by Keystone Stacking. Is that who poured it for you or created it for you?
Yeah, it's a good friend of mine in the stacking community. It's one of his companies that he owns.
Awesome.
So I had 10 of those made, and that's all I ever did. I've had that one for quite a long time. I've been saving it for somebody special. So you got it. I gave it to 2 other YouTubers. You're the third one.
I love it. This is awesome.
Yes, sir.
This one's going in the deep stack. So we're definitely going to hold on to this. When this channel hits 1 million subscribers, we'll put this up.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Okay, a couple more stickers, and then we're going to get on with our subject, guys. So here's another one. That's pretty fun. I think the stickers are fun. You know, at first I thought, oh my gosh, why do I have to go make stickers? Everybody wants stickers. And then I've actually had some pretty good fun with it. So here's another one. So that's pretty fun. Well, thank you, Silver Bandit, for those. Those are awesome.
Absolutely.
Definitely not expected and very much appreciated.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to put them back in the bag here as everybody's walking past me in the mall. But what I wanted to do is ask you a couple questions and also ask the audience. So I'm going to ask the audience first. For those of you that are in here watching, what I would like to know is how many of you are looking to collect coins? Do any of you, are you looking to collect certain sets? Are any of you doing a certain set that you're hoping to expand this next year? So I'd be curious to know if any of you guys are going for that. So we had Amy was talking about, let me pull it up again. She's starting with an Ike book. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm not sure which book I'm going to start with yet. So, I thought I would kind of leave that open to you guys. Maybe you can help me pick which one to start with. I like the idea of starting with the silver coins myself. I think that's a good idea. Silver is a hot thing to have right now. But at the same time, I also like the idea of just having copies of all the other kind of coins that the U.S. has made. I don't know how long they're going to keep making coins for before they go completely digital on us. And when that happens, I think we could have some issues with availability, right? If they stop minting coins, those are all going to become very rare, which would be really cool. So I just realized I was shoving your stickers into a smaller package. They will fit better in this one. So anyway, put in the comments down below if you guys are stacking any particular set or book. And if you've got any recommendations for Surfer, where should I start? I'd love to see those. The other comment I'd like to hear from you guys is if you're completely finished with holiday shopping or if you are still running out right now. If you're on the East Coast, it's a little late. If you're still running out to go get stuff right now, or if you are planning on having to go make up for it tomorrow. I'd be curious to see if any of you guys have any thoughts on that. So Hambone is currently working on a Mercury dime set. I think that would be really fun, actually. I've got a bag of Mercury dimes I've not gone through yet. So I think that's probably a good one for me to get started with. Beto, welcome, buddy. How's it going? We've got Anthony Givens in here as well. He'd like to have a completed Mercury dime set. Yep, I think that's pretty fun. So that might be the one I end up starting with. Okay, and then we've got Annie Oakley. I mostly stack for weight, but I am pretty fond of the Benjamin half dollars. I like those too. So for me, my constitutional silver has come in three forms. It's come in Washington quarters, Mercury dimes, and Benjamin half dollars. I bought them in bulk, and I have not looked at them. So I'm really curious to see if they were already gone through before I received them, or if I've got a pretty good spread of dates. So I think those would be really fun to look at. The 1916D is crazy priced. May skip that one. So Hambone brings up a really good point that I think we'll talk about too, Silver Bandit, is what happens when you get to a really expensive coin in a set. What can you do about that? And then Annie Oakley says, done 100%. So I'm glad you are finished with your holiday shopping. I pretty much am myself. My family had a little bit more to do, so we're going to grab dinner right after this. Hence, I'm at the mall. So hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. I tried to pick more of a quiet area. Plus Nordstrom's right here, and they had free Wi-Fi. So it allowed me to get a better signal. So we'll do a quick shout out to Nordstrom for their free Wi-Fi for our channel today.
They're more expensive than coins.
There's our sponsor for the night. All right. So one thing I will tell you guys, though, about Nordstrom I found in my days of living is if you can find tennis shoes or just shoes in general for the same price at Nordstrom as you can at other stores, go buy them at Nordstrom. They do have a sale around Christmas time, and then they have a sale that goes on in July. That's their annual sale. I don't shop there very much, but my mom is a big Nordstrom shopper. If you have any problems with your shoes, even a year later, even a year and a half later, they will replace your shoes. I've had like Olokai sandals come apart and they don't even ask questions. They just swap them out. And I've had one other pair of shoes I had where they just didn't hold up as well as they should have, and they replaced them. So that's one thing I'll put out about Nordstrom. Seymour River says, I'm satisfied with the bags of silver coins rather than books or coins. Amy's not shopping. She's smart. So is Michael's done shopping too. And Anthony Given says, where are you located? So I am actually located right now in Mission Viejo, California. And this is the shops at Mission Viejo. So they have some decent shops here. They've been able to stay in business still. Some malls are closing down. My favorite shopping center is about another 15 minutes north. It's called Irvine Spectrum Center. And it's right where the 5 and the 405 freeways meet. There's a merry-go-round there. They have a Ferris wheel. And right now they'll have a big ice skating rink that you can go to outside. And then they have a massive movie theater that's there with some crazy big IMAX screens. A lot of great restaurants. So that's usually where we go if we're going to go out to go shopping. Because it's not about the shopping, it's about the experience and hanging out with the family and doing fun things. So that's usually what we'll do there. And the Ferris wheel is fun. If you go back to one of my earlier videos, I have one with my daughter where I'm talking to her on the Ferris wheel. And I think she made me edit all this stuff out where she was in it. But maybe that'll change in the future. She'll want to be in it. And that's Twin A. Twin B was on my Faith, Family, and Friends video that I did a couple months back. She says hi. So anyway, twins, 17-year-old twins in high school, last year of school. It's going to be an interesting year, I'll put it that way. So I am on the left coast for sure, guys. So, what's funny is a lot of people freak out about California, the taxes, the expenses, everything else that goes on here. Where I happen to live is like a lot of the rest of the country. I think where I'm at, we have a pretty good mix of politics, but it leans more traditional and conservative. And a lot of the people I work with lean much more progressive. So in my experience in life, I've really kind of sat in the middle of the political realm of listening to both sides, trying to understand where they're coming from, and being able to make up my own decisions, and then hopefully being able to influence people in the direction that I think is most important, which is really getting back to the roots and basics. So I shared some of that on the Yankee Stacking video that came out this week. And I try not to get too political with things because, you know, once you start getting heavily political, you're going to have half of the people love you and half the people are going to hate you. And it's not a hate-love thing. It's if people turn it off, I can't share the message with them. I can't help them understand the importance of stacking. And I want to be able to reach as many people as I can, especially young people that haven't started stacking yet, so we can build this community. Ellie, welcome. Glad to have you here. What am I buying at the mall? Well, I'm not buying anything in particular. We're just going to do dinner. I think my family was getting some last-minute gifts, so we'll see if Surfer ends up with any gifts. We'll see what happens. I will tell you one thing, though, guys. It's kind of fun, but most of you will probably not like it because I feel like every stacker is anti-EV. But I did get one of the first 1,000 reservations for the new Cybertruck. And I know it's very polarizing, both from design and what it is, and it's a lot more expensive than they originally said it was going to be. But I signed up for that thing 4 years ago before I was starting to stack. And anyway, I happened to get one of the first 1,000. So I'm going to go talk to the Tesla truck store that's here, or the Tesla store, just to understand what that even means. I don't know if I can flip it or, you know, what's going to happen there. But I'd love to hear your guys' comments. What do you think about EVs? If you think an EV is something that's worth buying, put a 1 in. If you think they're horrible, really bad for the environment, you want nothing to do with them, put a 2 in there. Curious to see what you guys have. I'm very mixed on it myself. So Seymour, you're welcome. I want to help you guys out as much as I can. I mean, honestly, I make great money during my day job, and this is my giving back to the community. A lot of people will do community service. There you go. This is Surfer service to help you guys. And one of my goals that's been stated in Silver Bandit, we'll get to this too a little bit, is one of my goals is to become the fastest growing YouTube channel. I want to get to 1 million subscribers. I want to go beyond that. I want this to be a channel that starts to bring a lot of people into that idea of, hey, what's real money? Just about everybody in our country uses money, and they use fake money. They use fiat money. They don't even know what real money is. And I'm trying to wake up as many people as I can so that when they pull the rug on us and take the money away, and we end up with the digital currency, they understand, and hopefully we'll fight back on that and decide that that's not a good thing. Joel Dahl, welcome. He says he would love to have a completed Liberty nickel set, but so many are worn too thin to ID. That is the hardest thing with some of the older coins, is you do need to get the dates. So that's the one caveat you've got to look at. Okay, trying to keep my thumb out of this, guys. Okay. Annie, thank you. I enjoyed that interview, and meeting Yankee was really fun the other night. It was really cool to go meet him and meet Tim. Oh, there's one of my daughters. She's spying on me. Oh, now my wife's filming me from the other side. She's like, look at my husband. He's totally dropped down to like the crazy levels of filming at the mall. Any of you guys want to say hi? All right, here's twin A. You guys haven't met her yet.
Hi, everyone.
There you go. There's little Surfer A. Right there. Hi, little Surfer A. Okay. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Go do your shopping. We'll go do some dinner. Scrapping Horde, Tinkering Fun, welcome. You can't hear my comment, or can you? If you're talking it, I definitely can't hear it. You'll have to type it in there. And if I missed it, I apologize. Maybe good. I hate them. Saw your interview with Yankee Stacking and Tim's. Michael gave us a 5. I don't know what that means. Stacking Surfer, I think 2024 is the year for Stacking Surfer. It is. You guys, we're going to have so much fun. I've got some great things up my sleeve I'm working on right now. And right up until this point, it's been really trying to get my channel going. and it's going to start to really to go after this. So I'm going to have to do some bank heists to get to 1 million. Huh? Sure. So it's getting to 1 million is not going to be easy, guys. It's going to take some engineering, but I do happen to have 2 degrees, and one of them's from an Ivy League school in advertising and marketing. So if any of the stackers can pull it off, it's probably me. I understand how to do that. And I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to be a little bit different than some of the other channels if we're going to get that large, because we've got to appeal to a broader crowd with that. But I won't be giving up on you guys, and we won't be giving up on coins, so don't worry about that. Lil Surfer, yes. Hey, Nick, welcome. Nick, if you can help us in the chat too, that would be great. She has a better chance of 1 million. That's so true. Well, look, it's not about me, guys. So if when I hit 1 million, it's not going to be because of Surfer. It's going to be because of the community, and it's going to be because of what people are seeing, and it's going to be because of what's happening in the environment with our wealth and everything else that's going. And now we've got Yankee in the house. Welcome, Yankee. We're for those of you that are new on the channel right now, I'm streaming from the mall. So I had to make a compromise with my family tonight. I could do my live stream still, but I had to do it from the mall where they're finishing shopping and where we're about to do a family dinner. So this is the compromise. I'm able to stream for a little bit here. And we've got Silver Bandit on with us from Silver City Coins. So enough of my chatting here. Let's see, wait, Yankee's got a question. I got to do that real quick. Nick's Coins, guess what's in the Yankee household? Uh-oh. Pete Clark, welcome. Oh, Yankee. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to save that for another live stream, but we're going to have to talk about that. So Silver Bandit, what I'd love to do is have you tell us a little bit about your company. I know you're on Instagram, so I've put the link down below so that for any of you guys, look at his link. If any of you are mods, if you could go get that link and put it into the chat would be great so people can find Silver Bandit. I'd love to hear a little bit more about your story and how did you get into stacking, and what's your operation and how can people interact with you, and what service can you most help them with?
Sure. So obviously my company name is Silver City Coins, LLC. I'm out of the Middle Tennessee area, being around Nashville. I started out on the side selling coins online on Etsy and eBay about 4 years ago or so. Sold my other business, and in 2023 decided to start, LLC and just invest basically everything into the company and give it a whirl and see how it turned out. And at the end of 2023, that I'm thankful things have turned out pretty great. The community has been very welcoming. I've met some great people and networked there. Um, so we go around and we do coin shows all year round. But like you mentioned, I do have a bit of an e-commerce presence, be that on Instagram, eBay, Etsy, and places like that.
I think that's great. What have you, I guess, how have you found selling coins on Instagram to be, and on eBay? I'd be curious to kind of see how that's worked out for you.
So eBay, it's very easy to sell on eBay. I mean, I can move coins very, very quickly. The issue with that is the fees. I mean, eBay just takes a tremendous amount of money away from me. I won't even tell you the number of how much money eBay's made from me just making posts on eBay. It's sickening. Etsy's kind of the same way. They used to not be as bad, but Etsy also takes too much of fees, in my opinion. Instagram is the best place to sell, or somewhere like Instagram, no fees, right? So
Yep.
Instagram has been surprisingly very good for me. I kind of did it. Sorry, you might hear my daughter in the background here. But Instagram has been great. I've been able to meet a lot of people on Instagram, and I've gained a lot of regular customers. So Instagram kind of started out as me just trying to check all my boxes, kind of put myself out there everywhere. And it's really my favorite place to sell now.
I think it's awesome. I have not tried really building up my Instagram yet. Um, I do have a store on eBay, so I'm only paying between 5 and 8% in fees. But that's if people can find your coins. So a lot of times you've got to pay a little bit more for advertising just for people to even find them on the platform. So I hear you on the fees there for sure. And the reason I want to ask you about some of these things is I think for a lot of those that are watching here, sometimes people are looking for exit strategies. Some stackers are just stacking and never will sell unless there's a massive emergency that happens to their family. And so, they may be stacking at a little bit of a slower rate, or they may be stacking a smaller percentage of their net worth. I know of other people that are looking to flip and make some money off coins to help them stack more silver. And then I know other people that just run in, down on their luck and they have issues and they need to unload it. Real quick shout outs here to Yankee Stacking. Says Merry Christmas to everybody. I say the same thing. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. And Silver Heist is in the house, so welcome, Silver Heist. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey,
And
go
ahead.
Yankee made a comment here. Yes, buying on Instagram can be very risky. So you definitely need to vet the people you're buying from. So the reputable people are going to have reference post on there. So definitely don't just buy from a random person on Instagram. Yankee makes a great point. It is very risky.
So another point here is, how do you know if you're talking to the right person on Instagram? I know there's a lot of fake accounts on there. So if someone comes to your channel, Silver City Coins, how do they know it's the real Silver City Coins, not someone that's put up a spoof site?
I think that you should definitely go and look at the last 20 or 30 posts and see if people are actively commenting and buying. If there's a seller on there with thousands of followers and you look at the last 10 posts and nothing's sold, they're not legit. There's not many posts that aren't going to sell from somebody that's actually legit and has good prices and is moving coins on a regular basis.
So guys, what I'll tell you is I have not bought anything from Instagram yet. I would definitely do some due diligence on that. Ask around in the community before you buy from someone. Make sure it's the right account. Make sure it's reputable. It's someone that someone's already paid someone has already bought from. I would definitely check out Silver City Coins and see what he has to offer as well. And the other part of that is you can communicate and chat with them. For City Bandit, you'd be able to, or Silver Bandit, you'd be able to check with them and say, hey, what date did you talk to Surfer on? Maybe do some little keywords there.
Yeah.
But I do think you want to vet that, because I have seen, I think it was Bullion Brothers. There was a lot of fake accounts on Bullion Brothers out there. And the other thing I'll throw out there too is there's a lot of accounts where they'll reach out to me on Instagram and they'll say, hey, are you buying yet? I've got coins to sell. You should hurry and buy one. Anything that's pressuring you is also not good. Do not do it. It's fake. And a lot of my influencers that I'll follow, you'll see other accounts get set up by them. And the moment that they try to solicit to you to buy something through a DM, it's 99% of the time fake. Maybe there's a small chance that they think they know who you are and they're trying to share something with you. But for the most part, watch out. There's a lot of fraud that goes on out there. So I see a lot of thoughts and prayers for Yankee's family. I agree, Yankee. You're in our family's prayers as well for your family, and I hope everybody that's on here has a very Merry Christmas as well, and that you guys are able to spend time with family is the most important thing in the world. I shared this on my faith families and friends. To me, it's your relationship with God, your relationship with your spouse, and then the relationship with your kids. And then after that, it goes to your job and it goes to your church. And then after that's community. That's kind of how I try to prioritize things. And family and your spouse are right there, guys. So to me, that's the most important. That's why I'm at the mall. I didn't want to cancel this, and I didn't want to go shopping with them either. But now I can still hang with them. So we could do that. All right, let's see if there's any other quick comments on here. It looks like Nick's going to talk about the Patriots again. So that does seem to come up on everyone, her flip coin and everything else. So I'm curious to see if that's maybe what Yankee's got his hands on. Okay, so Silver Bandit. Another thing that I wanted to ask you about is what has been your experience with finding coins that are older? We had a few people mention here that they're chasing after different kinds of coins, that they're looking for dates and trying to get one of each of the different dates. Have you ever done that? And, has it been hard looking for coins that have, um, you know, legible dates on them? Has it been hard finding certain coins because of dates and because of like the premium and cost on those?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to run into that on just about every type of set that you want to do, regardless of what coin you're assembling. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to have your harder coins to obtain, but don't start with those. You got plenty others to work on in the meantime, right?
I agree. I think you've got the concept too of upgrading over time as well.
Correct.
So the first thing I'm planning on doing is I'm not planning on grabbing any of the coins that don't have dates that are legible. If I can't tell what the date is, with a loop, looking at the little loop magnifying glass, if I can't read the date on that, then it's not going into the collection, right? So to me, the first thing I'm looking for is the date, and then the second thing I'm starting to look for is quality. So if I happen to find one that's not in great shape but I can read the date, to me it counts. It's a coin that I would start with, and then over time I could always upgrade. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with that 100%. I mean, we put together books and sell them at shows. So, I mean, year round, we're assembling books, whether it's something simple like JFK's or whatever, or something more complicated or more expensive, high end. All year round, we're constantly replacing it with better coins. But as we do that, the price is going up, right? If somebody comes along and wants to buy it with my bad coins in there, sure, I'm not going to rip them off. It's just going to be a fair market price. But the end game is to have the best collection possible and make as much money as possible.
I
But
agree. So you bring up another good point. What's the exit strategy? Are you looking to just collect and put it away for your posterity, for your kids and grandkids and everything else, or are you looking to sell a completed set?
I
I
think
think
that's
that's
like
a I think that's a big
individual.
question, and it's a
Yeah,
big question to ask though. I think when you start, right? So if you're looking to sell it, you're probably going to be looking for higher quality coins that may have a higher premium on them. If you're looking, and you want to complete the set, versus if you're doing it for your family and you happen to have one or two coins that are just really super expensive, maybe you hold off on buying those right off the bat and you give it a little bit of time for it.
sure.
Have you ever sold a set?
Yes, many times.
Okay, what kind of sets have you sold?
I've even sold one 770 set, a full set. I worked on it for about
Wow,
2.5 years. Yeah. So I mean, but if
that's
you
pretty cool.
dive into that, I mean, for instance, one of the coins in that set is the classic head large cent, 1808 to 1814. I mean, even in just extra fine grade, that coin fetches around 2 grand. That's $2,000 for one coin. Um,
So
you
I want to
know,
know in the chat here, has anybody paid $2,000 for one coin? And we're not talking about a gold coin. So, well, maybe you won't want to admit that, people. That's a lot of money for a coin. Um, but it's justifiable. It's going to be a hard one to find, right?
yes, it is very hard to find.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Okay, so in the audience here, I'd like to hear from you guys. Have any of you ever sold any kind of a mint set? Maybe it's not in mint condition, but a U.S. mint set, or I got to rephrase this. Have you collected a set of coins and sold it, and what were they? And how did that work out for you? Were you able to get what you wanted for it? So we're gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can get the chat off of football for a minute. We know Nick breaks mint sets. I'm hoping she'll get some more mint sets for us to break as well. Maybe one of these days, Nick, you'll have to go to a mall and break a mint set in front of a bunch of people, see what happens. So Nick is collecting, and she has a set of walkers. That's pretty cool. Yankee says, don't collect for your posterity unless you've super educated them on numismatic values. Educating your kids on stacking is easier, but admittedly not quite as fun. I agree with Yankee too. For me, if I do a collection, I will probably be selling them. My family doesn't seem to be too excited about them, and to them, there's just not going to be as much of that value. Most of what I plan on passing to my kids is mostly based on weight. Um, the more fun stuff is kind of for me to collect while I'm around, like Star Wars coins here and there, but most of it's going to be for weight. So Yankee's got some good advice there, guys. Um, you definitely have to educate your family. The other part of that education, though, I think, is just in general, what is gold and silver worth? And helping them understand that if you have anything that's worth more than spot price, which probably most of us do, you need to be able to indicate and help your family understand and teach them respect of those coins and where they may be able to get the value for that. If you have stuff that's just purely based on weight, it's not quite as important to do all of that education.
So I think I don't mean to interrupt. I agree with that as well. I agree with Yankee. One like real life example of that is, say you did put together a set, like a 770 US typeset, okay, and you pass it on to your kids. One of the coins in there is the 1796 no stars, $2.50 gold. Okay, mintage on that's less than 1,000. It's I think like over 4 grams of gold, 4.37 or something like that. I mean, melt value, that's like $280. An F12 grade, that's $47,000. One of the last ones I saw that sold is an MS62. It's $2 million coin. Can you imagine inheriting that and selling that for, its gold value or a little bit more?
Well, could you imagine taking it to a place that isn't up and up, and they tell you
Yep.
the coin's worth $100,
And they will.
and you have
They're
no
out there.
idea?
They're out there.
So I think that is a very important point to look at. It's one thing to collect the modern quarter sets, right? To get each quarter that comes out in a given year and stack those. The quarters aren't worth more than a quarter, and that can be kind of fun to do with your kiddos. But when you start getting into the hardcore real coins that have numismatic value to them, you need to know what you're doing. You also need to know, your family needs to know what you're doing too, and you need to have some records there. So if something happens to you, they know not to take that just to any coin store. The set you're talking about, Silver Bandit, that needs to be probably taken to auction. If you had a very good quality version of that. That's not something everybody's going to be prepared to do. Anthony Gibbons says a 1909 Indian head for $500. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So Yankee does take it down a little bit more here, guys. So look at this one. So I've seen way too many kids bringing in grandpas, newmies, and losing too much value in a sale. And part of it is, it doesn't have to be you could be bringing it to a coin shop, right? It doesn't have to be that the coin shop's trying to take advantage of your family or of your set. There's going to be a price that the coin shop has the ability to pay. So just like you're saying, Silver Bandit, if a coin's worth $1 million and someone brings it into a coin shop, pretty sure none of the coin shops are going to pay you $1 million for it. They're not going to have that kind of money. And, if they're super honest about the whole thing, they may call up someone and say, hey, I've got something we need to see if we can sell. Maybe they'll get a little commission out of it. But that's one of my nightmares, is people just taking some of my stuff to the coin store and just unloading it.
But I got to tell you, it's scary, because I've taken it like a step further for just, me wanting to investigate purposes of what's actually out there as far as people that are representing themselves as reputable dealers. If you ever get like a PCGS guide magazine in the mail, you'll see a bunch of dealers listed across the country. I've called some of those dealers in New York, California, Texas, wherever, and said, these are the coins I have. I know what they're worth. And said, what would you give them for? What would you give me for them? I'm talking about offering them up like $3,000-$4,000 coins. I'd give you about $250 for it. That makes me sick to my stomach, man. Because those people are in those magazines that you're getting as a consumer. thinking that these are the people that I should consult.
I think we lost audio.
Yeah.
Allergies all said it.
Nordstrom is
You can
failing.
probably hide it pretty easily. Called around to a bunch of these shops. There we go. So we're not able to hear Silver Bandit for a minute. We'll wait for him to come back here in a second.
Can you hear me?
Maybe I'm having bad reception. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can. So Nic mentions that she writes everything down and her family's got to understand what's going on before they... Give me a one if you guys can hear me. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. All right. Silver Bandit, are you on? I cannot hear you right now.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Okay, so
Awesome.
you'd called a bunch of shops. What happened? What did they say?
Long story short, I knew exactly how much the coins were worth. They were like $3,000 to $4,000 coins. They were offering me $250 for them. And these are some of the biggest dealers in the United States. I'm not talking about mom and pop coin stores. These are people that are big time in it. And I'm not going to call anybody out, obviously, but it made me very sick to my stomach, you know.
And so I think it comes down to, well, what is it really worth, right? If that's what they're willing to pay for it, is it really worth the higher amounts? And the answer is, it depends on where you're selling it.
I think you have the responsibility, though, as a dealer to say, listen, I can't afford to pay you this amount of, you know, dollar amount for this coin. This is what I can afford to pay. This is probably what I'll sell it for. And, you know, you kind of put the ball in their court. Because you're right. A lot of times, yes, you're going to have a hard time moving that really expensive coin. But for me to say I'm going to give you $200 and turn around and sell it for $4,000 2 days, you know, after the fact is just unethical to me.
All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm having some allergies. I'm sorry. I agree with you. So there you go, guys. Be careful if you are collecting sets and you come across some very expensive coins. Make sure you know what you're doing, and when you go to, if you're going to sell it, make sure that you definitely call around and you do some, not shopping around, but you do some research to find out what it's really worth. Well, awesome. Well, I'm going to end this a little bit earlier than we normally do, just by a few minutes, since my family is ready to go grab a bite here. But Silver Bandit, I wanted to thank you for coming on. I know Nic was hoping to make it. She's been under the weather for this past week. And really, tonight's show was really to give you guys a little bit of a sense of, some of the pros and cons of collecting sets. And I think you heard a lot of that tonight. So hopefully this educated you a little bit more, gave you some more information on that. Next Tuesday, I will have another live stream with Nic on her channel. That'll be 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. And then, stay tuned. I've got some more videos that I'm in the process of editing right now that'll be coming out. So there'll be some more videos around silver and gold coming out. I'm also hoping this next week to get down to the beach and even to the mall and see if we can sell some silver. I'm just curious to see if anybody will actually buy silver off of me in the mall. So we're going to try that out. I think that'll be kind of a fun one. But Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year. But we will be talking to you before the New Year comes down. And Silver Bandit, thank you again for coming on, and thank you for this awesome stash of coins that you sent over. I really appreciated it. So thank you
You're
guys. We'll
welcome.
talk to you
Thanks for having
soon.
me. Bye-bye.